Hello guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. So over a year ago I did a review on my Veto Pro Pac MP1 tool pouch, and unfortunately the fate of that tool pouch ended up being the same as a lot of the MP1s, whereby the leather loop that you used to put over your belt was secured in place using a popper, and that popper on that tool pouch ended up failing and pulling through the leather, which that's exactly what happened to my tool pouch. So about a year and a half ago, I bought a new Veto Pro Pac MP2X, which is the updated version of the MP1. So what I thought I'd do is, having now used it, abused it, I'm going to review it and let you know on how it's been improved and what I think of it, and just show you my quick loadout. So let's get on with it. Now this is the MP2X Veto Pro Pac tool pouch. Now they do different varieties. I think they do an MP1X and an MP3X potentially, but the MP2X is the one I went for. Basically because it's not too small, but then it's not too big to have on your hip, and doesn't weigh down on your belt too much. But the feature that I want to show you that's new and improved is this new belt clip system at the back of the tool pouch. Now the old one, what it used to have was a leather loop which went round like that, and then it had a popper on this side which secured the loop in place that looped around your belt. But what happened with those is they failed and pulled through the leather, rendering the loop useless because it never used to be held into position. But what Veto have done with this new system, or not so new system now because this has been out for a little while, is replace that loop which is secured in place with a popper with this really heavy duty clip. Now this is as sturdy as, like, it is really sturdy, and it's secured in place with two really heavy duty fixings onto this really quite thick leather, which is almost, I would say, 10mm thick to be perfectly honest. So I can't see this suffering the same fate as the MP1. It is a massive improvement, and hats off to Veto Pro Pac. They obviously knew that it was an issue, and they've gone about it and rectified the problem, and it's probably never going to happen again. Now apart from the loop issue on the MP1, the quality of the tool pouch itself was, you know, I couldn't criticise it at all. It was very much the same as this MP2X, the outer casing made of leather, and the pouch is made of this really nice sort of thick heavy duty canvas, and all the, you know, the pouches tops being finished in this, again, really heavy canvas. So I couldn't fault the MP1, and obviously when I got this new MP2X through, it's made exactly the same apart from the issue at the back. So I knew it was going to be good quality, and as of yet you can see, I mean, I've used this for a year and a half and it has got some wear to the tops of the pouches, but actually overall none of the stitching's coming undone. There's no rips, no tears. It's true Veto quality, to be perfectly honest, as you expect from, you know, a top brand. So what do I use this for? Well, I use this on a daily basis as exactly what it is, a tool pouch, what it's meant to be used for. So I have this in, you know, my pocket, and then the clip over my belt, and I use it for all sorts of things. When I'm first fixing, to cut cables, to label them when they're back at the board. I use it for second fixing, so I've got a terminal screwdriver, knife, etc. So yeah, I wear this pretty much 95% of the time that I'm at work. And what I have in it, well, I'll run through it very quickly. I have a pair of CK 160 side cutters which have got the additional 1.5mm, 2.5mm cutouts for stripping cable. Now I've used these since I was an apprentice. Some people love them, some people hate them. I'm on the side of loving them. I think they're absolutely brilliant. I've got several pairs of these, obviously, that have worn out, I've been using over the years, but yeah, these are absolutely great and they sit in there absolutely perfectly. Secondly, again, CK, I've been using these terminal 4mm screwdrivers since I was an apprentice. Now this is a slightly updated one because the original ones used to be more red than yellow, but essentially it's just a 4mm terminal screwdriver. I find them quite comfortable, to be honest. Some people don't like them because this top is a little bit more plasticky than rubber, but I've never had any problems, I've never had any blisters. I like these CK terminal screwdrivers, and that lives in the front pouch there. Now in terms of knives and stuff like that, all I have is this Milwaukee hardline knife, which is essentially just a flick out knife there. Some people wouldn't say this is a work knife because it looks too aggressive, which to be honest it does look pretty aggressive, but do you know what? It is a work knife. It's bought as a work knife. I use it as a work knife. It strips cables perfectly. Yeah, I use this all the time for that sort of thing. So then all you do is just push that across and then the blade goes back down, and it's a nice thin profile, which means it can go in there in the pouch with no issues. Q-Tech Q-Stick Uno Volt Pen. Now this isn't used for proving dead, and anyone that does that is an idiot, because these can be unreliable. However, this one does seem pretty good, but if I'm ever going to use or prove dead, I always use an approved voltage indicator with a proving unit. This is purely to go up to or to try and establish what circuit a socket is on or something like that. If I'm then going to work on that socket and this is indicated that it's dead, I will still use a voltage indicator and a proving unit. So this is just a handy quick reference to what's live, what's not. So that just sits in there. In terms of torches, I've got a Unilight, an IL375R, which is the inspection light. It's got various different torches on there. Unilight are very innovative. However, obviously the battery technology they use is sometimes a bit dodgy because they don't last very long. But I find that this is brilliant because it's very small. It's got a magnet on the end so it can stick to anything if you're in a loft, and it's just easy to hold and easy to have in your little tool pouch, which it fits really well just in there. So yeah, I can't complain about that Unilight. Other things I've got are a couple of Milwaukee permanent markers for writing on cables if I'm first fixing, writing on cables at the board or whatever, at switches, switch live or feed or whatever. A pencil, and then a pica as well, which to be honest I do use this, but I find that the leads break, so I find that you can't beat a standard pencil. But that is it. Now this MP2X has got a lot more room and you can fit a lot more in it, but obviously the more you fit in it, the more it weighs, and the more it'll weigh down in your belt. So I got the bigger one because I wanted a bit more room, just in case I do go up in the loft. You've got room there for a tape, and I can fit other screwdrivers like a PZ1 or something like that. If I'm working on a board, then I'll have that in the tool pouch. But yeah, that is my standard loadout. So what do you guys think of the MP2X? What do you think of the loadout that I've got? Have you got the same tool pouch? Have you got a different Veto one, or have you got a different one like a different brand, like a Tough Build or whatever they're called? As I say, I had the MP1, which I had for probably 3 years, never had a problem apart from the loop, the popper breaking, but now I've had this for probably a year and a half. This is absolutely perfect, and I think the faults they did have with the original ones have now been rectified, and I can see me having this probably for anything up to 20 years until I'm long gone. But yeah, I absolutely love this. So yeah, if you do like the content I put out, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, and also comment, because I quite like the interaction with people telling me what they've got in their loadout, what they would probably have in there, what tools they use, because let's face it, we all love tools. So so yeah, but anyway, that's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again soon. Bye for now.